right, y'all, we got a lot to do. I'm still groggy-eyed this morning. I ain't been out of the house long, and it ain't real early. It's about 9 something. There's been drizzly rain all morning. I think we've got about 3 inches of rain. I need to walk over there and check the other rain gauge and see what we got. But we didn't get out in a hurry, and I didn't get out and do a lot yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday. We had 2 o'clock service. We did our communion and foot washing yesterday. So I really didn't get out and do much. It rained. I think we had about a half of an inch of rain before we went to service at 2 o'clock. And I got out here yesterday, and I don't like to work on Sunday. Y'all pray for me. I struggle with it. This is one of my battles. It's hard for me to sit here all day Sunday and not do nothing. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't work on Sunday. I don't believe you should. But before I realize it, I'm out here piddling with something. And it ain't really work. It's just I want to be doing something. I'm a busybody. So I put these scales on this Paduke knife. So I've got 2 knives right here glued up. I try to do 2 at a time because I got 2 vices, and I clamp them and leave them in there till that glue is cured good. That way, if you lose it in the creek, like I did this one, the scales will stay on it. But I had to get that done. My mind was on it because I discovered Saturday night after I sent a man a picture of his knife, and he said, "Is that the Jonah?" And I said, "No." I made the wrong knife. I made a beautiful little patch knife. And now it's either mine or I'll have to sell it, or I don't know. I had one man fussing about these square lanyards. He didn't like them, but I like them. That's what'll always be. If you put a neck lanyard, and this is just a regular sheath, you can run a belt through it, but if you want to do a lanyard, he didn't want the guy that was fussing, he wanted his just for a neck knife because he wanted me to replicate what he sent me a picture of. And so that is what that is. Mine has got a loop on it where you can wear it on a belt. He wanted his just cut off where it just had the tab sticking up. I didn't really like doing that, but that's what he wanted. But anyway, I've got an extra patch knife now that I may keep it because I don't have a patch knife. That has got Paduke handles on it, very red. So today I have got to go put lights on the chickens. We have given them their break and allowed them to have that time off. I think it does the chickens better. I don't have any science to prove that, but I like it. The Lord naturally will give them a break in the shorter daylight areas. So what happens, and the reason your chickens don't lay in the winter, is because the daylight is very short, and that is what controls their egg laying. When the daylight starts extending, they know, okay, it's time to start laying eggs. I don't know the science behind all this, but I do know for a fact that is how that works. So I've got my timers up there somewhere. I got to round up everything and find an extension cord to put out there because now I have a wall right there that I've got to figure out a way to get around. I need to mount me a plug on the outside up high somewhere just for this purpose. And I've got some Christmas lights, but I'm going to try to find one of these white lights like this light here. And I know y'all can't see that right there. And put that up, and I may steal that one, and because I don't really need it right there with this light here. And take it and put it in there where there's plenty of light for them to lay eggs and get our egg production. Because I think we bought a 2.5 dozen. I think they were $12 or $14. I don't remember what we paid for eggs yesterday. We did a grocery haul, and we bought plenty of eggs, but they high. So, and I'm fixing to rearrange some chickens this year. I'm thinking about, I've gotten rid of a lot of game chickens. I lost a couple of roosters in the cold, and the ones I lost were sickly ones except for one, and it was my Americana rooster. I've got another Americana rooster, and I'm fixing to move all of them into the big pen, take the game hens, and put them in the pen over there where the Americanas are now. And then we're going to take the rooster that's in that big pen, and I'm going to put him with a couple of those red roosters and keep a red line of my game. I'm going to keep my black line of my game, and I'm going to keep my grays that I've got. I've got 2 different bloodlines of grays, and that is all the game I'm going to have. And then I have got some bannies, odd and end little stuff that I have kept. I'm going to probably eventually thin them out. And I want to get some meat birds. I'm going to probably this spring invest in either building another big pen, or I'm going to rearrange. The ducks is taking up my pen that I would do this in. And I wish I didn't have the ducks, but I can't get rid of them. I turned them out last year, and they come back and got in the pen. But I want a meat bird, because if doing what I do, the games are no benefit at all. So I'm fixing to get away from the game birds. But anyway, we are fixing to redo some of our filming. The channel is growing, but it's growing really, really slow. And it's partially because I do a wide range of things, but I have refrained from doing like how to do videos or just this is what we do. I've just took you on whatever adventure I was going on every day. And we're still going to do that. I enjoyed it like today, a day in the life video. But we have not done, I've kept all my cooking back to lives on Friday night, but I'm fixing to start back doing some cooking videos. And a lot of the reason I didn't is I pushed for time, and I've honest to God, I've just thrown some videos together over the last, because I've had so much going on, changing from pottery to knife and trying to get business running and things going, and I've just failed to. So it's time to, we're going to back up. We're fixing to shift gears. I have got to slow myself down. I've been rushing way too hard, and me rushing and trying to get everything done is the reason for mistakes like the knife. I had a knife that I sent to a man, and it's in that envelope, got to be shipped as well. It never showed up, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I shipped the knife. I think I got so much going on that maybe I didn't put it in the mail. Maybe I sent it to the wrong place. I don't know. I'm not going to blame them, because I looked and looked and looked, and I cannot find the tracking number receipt to it. And I keep all of them. I stick them in my pocket and bring them and put them and keep them for tax purposes. And I can't find it. So it was a mistake that I made, I think. So it's time to just, okay, let's breathe. Let's just start over. So we fixing to act like we starting this channel brand new today. And we're going to slow down. It's time to start fishing. I am ready to go fishing. Right now, it is warmed up. Perfectly good comfort. I've got 3 shirts on it. I've been wearing layers and layers of coveralls. I love cold weather. I don't like being cold, but I can deal with cold weather. I'm not ready for it to get summer hot. But right now is my kind of weather. It's cool. Let's go catfishing. I'm ready to put the boat in the water and run some limb lines, take my 22, do some squirrel hunting. So we got a lot of adventures we're gonna go on. I'm gonna do some taking a thing down there when we're on an all-day catfishing trip, and we're gonna cook right there on the creek bank. I have not done that. I've rushed through everything, but I'm done rushing. I'm done rushing through stuff. Slow down. So let's get some, we gotta find all our stuff. We're gonna get some lights put on them chickens. We're going to go to the mailbox today, and then we're going to come home, and we're going to shape these 2 handles is the goal for today. Get them ready to go into the mail, and I've got to build sheaves for them, and I have got a couple of more knives over here for a man that he wants sheaves made. He has got 4 really cool little knives. I've been promising, we did some horse trading, and I have got to put sheaves on his knives. That's going to happen this week. You see how that knife is cutting into that? See that? So what he wants is a sheath that the whole knife will go in, that'll come up to here, that is wrap around like this. So we're gonna make all that happen this week. I've put that off. I should have had all that done, but I've just way too much going on. So we're gonna get some projects knocked out, and we're gonna get back to doing some cooking and then some adventures. So one thing I have got to do is clean this table off. I got extension cords, and a table is a catch-all, because this table is eventually coming out of here along with this bundle of lumber. So what I've got right here, these are tools I made for straightening up bow limbs. So if I ever get back to bow building, so I'm going to fix me a thing to hang these on the wall. Everything needs a place it goes, in my opinion. So that's what I'm fixing to create right here. That can hang there. Let me get get 2 more nails. And then we're going, ooh, that is not going to hang like I want it to hang. What happens if I just put it right there like, that's what I'll do. That'll be all right. Because over here I've got, see this? I've got 2 lights that need hanging. I want my extension cords hung up over here where I can effectively get to them. So, trying to get away from everything just being piled somewhere. And I know I've got another one around here that's gonna get hung. Here. Alright. I don't know which one of these I am fixing to use. For what I'm doing, but it's not going to be this great big long one. So, probably this heavy duty one right here. So what I need to do is, for right now, I think I'm going to just climb up there and run it over the top. So I need to get me enough off of here, because this one ain't just real long. What is my chances of not having to climb up there and throwing that through there? I ain't even going to try it. I know y'all wanted me to. Let me find it. I am ladder poor. I'll have to make a more permanent solution eventually, because I'm going to seal that up. And if I got too much, I'll pull it back out. So I've got to go find my timer. All right, so let me get all this rigged up in here before I get out there. So there's an arrow on this little timer. These are these cheap ones. What light up there is bright, ain't it? Mr. Jamie Higginson hooked me up with some lights now. So let me get this set. And what I've got here is this come out of the brooder coop that I dismantled. I mean, I did away with a brooder coop. I needed the room. So as I hatch and raise any chickens, brooder-wise, I'm gonna build something small, like Tupperware tub. We going little. That was a whole. I thought I was fixing to get in the game farm business or something. I don't know what I had on my mind. I was all excited about it at the time, and it worked. It worked really good. I had it on a temperature timer. It would cut on and off, keep them from getting too hot. So what I've got is these lights, and I'm going to plug this in out there. I'm going to leave these permanently. I have had Christmas lights, and I'm going to hook my Christmas lights back into this. But this is going to be a more permanent 2 big white bright lights. Any light color will work. I don't know that some lights will work better than others, but I had people saying, oh, the red lights won't work at all. Well, in fact, they will. I put red Christmas lights all through there, and they worked fine. And I've actually got some more that I found at it, and when we go to putting the Christmas stuff back up in the attic, I may get them out and add them to this out there. So what I want to do to explain all this, you want the light to come on about 4:35 in the morning. 5 o'clock is probably good. 5:30 is probably good. Anyway, we're going to shoot for 5 o'clock in the morning. And then once it gets daylight outside naturally, you cut them off. And then they need to come back on again about 5 o'clock in the evening when it starts to get dark and stay on till about 9 o'clock. And you extend their daylight for a length of time and they'll go to laying eggs. So that is what we do, for those of you that didn't know. So I've got to go get I want to go ahead and hook all this mess up in here so that I ain't fumbling with it out there. And I want to get this set to where at 5 p.m. it comes on, stays on till 9 o'clock. That covers that. I want it to come on at 5 a.m. Look, wrong side of 5 a.m. and stay on till about 6:30. That'll give it plenty. Yeah, we'll extend several hours of daylight right there. So what I do is I'll plug this up here. So I found one of these I already had that broke off of. I just got to trade it out with one over there. So what I can do now, plug this up right here. And that solves all my troubles. I need to swap these around. We just need to support that where the weight ain't hanging on that nail. Let me just cut me a little piece off and I'll tie it to that cord, because this is not going to be running but for a month or so, and then we'll be undoing it. So I'm not going to rig no. And I could probably do a better job of a permanent solution, but we not. Glad it's got that supported. That way it don't twist and break off and create a fire hazard. And I know that looks bad fiddly, but it's not that bad. Let's get this. This is my plug coming in where I'll plug into that. May need some needle nose pliers. And it would be beneficial to you if you went ahead and put eyelets on there and done it right. Don't do as I do, do as I say, okay? Back that screw on up some. I want it hooked together where when I get in there with them chickens, I ain't got to do nothing but screw them to the thing and plug them up. And I'm gonna spread them out on this wall over here under this tin where they protected. And I got these good ceramic ones that I had. So there, looks like that's been, don't look like it's in the best of shape in there. I didn't realize that. I may not need to use that one. Yeah, I got one in there. Look, that is, I don't know what's going on. Corroded, look like it burnt. I'm not gonna use that. Could be a fire hazard, I don't know. Sounds like the metal business out there is up and out today. All right, got my gun. better hang that on my belt. Well, on my pocket. I like the fact that Milwaukee's got that hook made on it. I got my 2 lights hooked together. Now I'll have to hunt me up some light bulbs. May have to take some out of some stuff in the house. Let's go mount this. That plug is sticking out. I want to stick this plug out right there. And we want to mount right here. I don't want them tight, I just need them up there. I think I'm gonna move this one down. Pull however much of that I want out, as well as this. Aside from getting some light bulbs, that's all that really needs. Really want this plug. Tack that up, hold it all together. You see the lights came on, the red ones anyway, most of them. Some of them didn't. So I'm gonna check some of these other lights over here that ain't working. I think I ain't no tell, they probably ain't gonna work. But they need to be hooked back up there instead of all. Chickens got up here and tore them all down, I think. All of them in that pen ain't hardly working, but that strand of length strand of lights is no good, I don't think. All right, now let's go set the timer on current time where it comes on and off at the correct time. And y'all, they still ice in their water. At least all of this melted. Okay, we gotta get the current time set. Then it comes on, then it's morning, it comes on, it goes off, and now we about 10 something. Let me look. 10:16 it is. So we a little bad. We're gonna get about half. That's close enough for government work. So yeah, I stole one of my light bulbs out of there. I'll get to me a new one to put in here. I really don't need this too bad right now. That light bulb didn't work. Screwdriver back. So now I got to do some cleaning up here. We got gloves piled everywhere. Well, y'all, we've got the Bronco back. It is not in tip-top shape. He fixed what I told him to fix, but there is a solenoid on the fender well over there. It died at the gas pump because it didn't have a battery in it. We took a battery to put in it. The battery ain't completely hot that we took, and it ain't the right battery for it. So we kind of knew all this going into this. Anyway, it died at the fuel pump, and then we had hooked jumper cables to it, and I had to cross it out up there on the fender well to get it cranked back up. So we are on our way home with the Bronco. We're gonna get all that stuff squared away, don't worry about it. I just knew I've had a lot of people that has asked, hey, what about the Bronco? When have you heard from the Bronco? I have the Bronco, boys. Time to get it. We're gonna put some love into it this summer and try to get it to a decent vehicle. Needs a windshield. Needs a lot of stuff. Well, the old Bronco is at home. Still got to have a battery. Well, the battery that's on there ain't got enough cold cranking ounce to crank it. I thought I might have one, but none of these I've got sitting around any good anymore. It's time for a new battery to be put on it. So that's got to be done before it can be drove. And it is blowing power steering fluid all over everywhere. So there's a leak got to be fixed. So it's still got to have a lot of work and a solenoid to replace. got some firewood unloaded. Bronco brought home. Lights in the chicken pen. So what I was gonna do was walk around here and let y'all have a look-see. So we got all of these lights on in here. I'm gonna walk in here. I have done fed chickens a little bit ago. Let me shut this door because they'll go to flopping around, flying out here. So a bunch of these lights, the reason these Christmas lights is out here is that a bunch of them don't work. So I mean, and I could go through changing bulbs, but some of them they just get loose. And I think these, that in there, I don't know. I thought I could wiggle them and make some of them come on. Sometimes you can't. That in there wanted to come on. I don't know what's going on with them. See them blinking when you fool with it? See that blink? I'm mad news. Shorted, there ain't no telling what's going on. Anyway. But we got these white lights on out here. All of this will make a huge difference in these chickens laying eggs. So my whole goal is I want some eggs. Anyway, thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one. Come on.